Now it's time for the game that no one has been waiting for. It's Christmas trivia that you maybe never knew. This is going to be something fun we're going to be doing throughout the season of Advent that we're going to take every week. We're going to have a new set of questions all about Christmas just to see how much you know about where this crazy holiday came from and all the things that kind of surround it. So we're going to start off this week with some great questions. And how this is going to work, I'm going to put the question up so you can see the question. There's going to be some answers. You'll have a chance to answer that and figure it out. And then we'll kind of talk about that for just a second afterwards, and we'll see how well we do. So take a look. Here is our first question for this week. It is this. What year was Jesus born? If you guess 6 BC, you are, well, maybe correct. That's our best guess, actually, of the year that Jesus was born, because that we don't really know. And we know that it's got to be maybe around then because it can't be any later than that, because we know when Herod died. Herod died in 4 BC. And so for everything to take place, probably around 6 BC or so is our best guess. But there have been many attempts to date Jesus' birth going back a long time. We're going to get into those in just a second. So let's go to our second question today, and that is, when was Christmas first celebrated? Take a look at your options and see what you come up with. If you've never thought to ask yourself that question before, you might have been completely lost as to when that was going to happen. But about the first time we really start to have some records of when Christmas was being celebrated was about 336 AD. So like we're talking a few centuries after Jesus' birth. And then and that was then when it was declared a feast day. But not really wasn't really celebrated as a holiday so much. It would be much later before we'd actually get to the Christ Mass. That's two separate words. The Christ Mass, which was a Mass that was celebrated on December 25th. And then from later, we would kind of smash those things together and we would get the word Christmas. All right, so let's go to our third question. Our third question now is, what day was Jesus born on? Think about that one carefully. Now, I have to say, this one really is a tricky one to answer because we legitimately do not know, do not have any sort of clue, even as a best guess of what day Jesus would have been born on. For a long time, it was thought January 6th, the day we normally celebrate as Epiphany, was his birthday. Then for a long time, March 25th was considered his birthday. That is the same time back in the day when they would celebrate the solar, let me make sure I get the spring equinox. Excuse me, the spring equinox was on March 25th, and that was a time in the ancient world that symbolized recreation or rebirth. So you can see why folks might have thought that would have been a good time. But strangely enough, 9 months from March 25th, we actually get December 25th, which lined up with a bunch of other things. And so it meant that March 25th could be celebrated as kind of the announcement of Jesus' birth, and then his birth could actually take place on December 25th. But like I said, all of that is just kind of supposition on the part of folks that came later. We really don't have any idea what day Jesus was born. We don't know much about the birthday or the birth year from when Jesus was born. We only have two passages in all of Scripture that really go in depth about Jesus' birth, and they don't really agree on a whole lot as you look at those stories, but that's okay. What's important isn't the celebration of the specifics. I think sometimes we can get caught up in that, and that's not at all what's important about Christmas. But it's that we celebrate this at all, that we celebrate what Jesus did, that he came into this world to show us a new path. We celebrate Christmas on December 25th for a lot of reasons. But what's most important is that we do actually celebrate his birth and his coming into the world.